Hey, it's Becca. In today's video, I'm giving a much needed refresh to an overlooked room. Welcome to our rec room down here in the basement. This is what I'm going to focus on today. As you can see, it needs a lot of attention. This is the room where my husband hangs out if it is too hot or cold to be up in his man cave, which is in our garage. Our son has his gaming room down here. We have a bathroom, storage, and my accessories room. We keep the doors closed because we have two very nosy kitties who like to get into everything. So again, this is the room I'll focus on. And a little backstory in case you're new here. When we moved in, we had wall-to-wall carpet. My husband and I ripped it up, and then I laid this luxury vinyl plank. Surprisingly easy project. And if you are considering flooring for your basement, I cannot recommend luxury vinyl plank enough. There are so many pretty options to choose from now. Another thing I did is I planked the walls and then painted them white just to help brighten up this room, because sometimes we know basements can feel a little cold and gloomy. And then for contrast, I painted the doors black. Admittedly, I'm getting ready to paint over the black. It's kind of chipped over the years. The paint has chipped. So I'm going with Valspar Asiago. Not today, but really soon. And the Asiago is the same color I just painted the board and batten in our foyer and our lower kitchen cabinets. If I swing you around this way, we used to have shelving here, and this is our little snack area. However, the cats just like to jump on them too much, so I took them down, put the mirror there instead. And another project I hope to tackle soon down here is repainting the countertop. This also, the paint has chipped, and I'm going with the Calicut marble look, using the same technique that I just used on our kitchen countertops. So I'll be sure to share that project as soon as I get that done. Another project I did down here was to take up the carpet. I then painted the steps white and added a couple of these runners. I also painted the railing black to tie it in with the black frames. Back to this view, it's time for that much needed refresh. Starting with a rug, I need something that has color and pattern just to help break up this white a bit. So I'll be right back. What do we think? I know it could be bigger, it should be bigger, but I'm working with what I have. This is a rug that we had up in our family room for fall last year, and it's just been sitting in our storage room, so it's nice to see it again. It has the charcoal, shades of gray, ivory, and beige. And those are the colors I'm going with down here. I think it makes for a really pretty focal point. Now that that's done, let's do something about the wall. I recently added the sconce lights. Well, I normally have the mirror that is here. I used to have that there. Added the sconce lights to flank the mirror. These are hardwired, but we don't have wiring in the wall, so we snipped the wires off, mounted them to the wall, and just rest little tea lights on top for the lighting. But I gotta add something in the middle. I have something in mind. Let's try it out. Well, the print I wanted to add here was too small for the space, so I brought back the clock. I've had it here before. It's a fun focal point. I like the monochromatic look. It works well in between the sconces, but I would like to find something else eventually. All right, now that that's done, let's turn our attention to the sofa and accent chairs. Pillows are in place, and I did make a small change. So I went with these that remind me of drop cloth, and I alternated the color, white, color, white, color. And then a minute ago, I had added that striped throw. Well, after stepping back and looking at it, I took it away because I just didn't like how it blended in with the rug. I wanted a little more contrast, so I traded it for this white one that I had on hand. And then on the accent chairs, placed a larger pillow. I believe that's a 26 by 26, along with a smaller one in front. I first tried the wider, darker lumbar pillows, but then at the last minute traded those out for the smaller ones. These are a better match to the canvas pillow covers as well. Now that I'm done with pillows, let's add a coffee table. Here's option number one, small round one. I like that it has the glass top, so it doesn't obstruct the view of the rug. I also like how the round shape ties in with the clock. And here's option two. I think I'm gonna go with this one, and I'll tell you why. I like the size of it better. I like how its shape mimics that of the area rug. And to be honest, when my husband's down here watching TV, he likes to put up his feet, and I want him to be comfortable. I think he would be a little too nervous putting his feet up on a glass table. So I feel like this is the better choice. I went with simple styling on the coffee table, again, keeping my husband in mind so that he can just slide one or the other over so he can put up his feet. Added books, and I like how the top one has a little bit of color, candle holders, a pitcher filled with a faux fern. And then down below, I just slid in a simple tray. I'm not gonna add anything to it. It adds just that little bit of color that I want down there. Turning to this wall, let's start in the middle first. Normally I have a mirror here or artwork, and I think I'm gonna go grab that same canvas. I've had her time and time again, only because it will work for this time of year and it will remind me that summer is on the way. Isn't that a pretty canvas? I found that several years ago. It's just so calming to me. I feel like you could use this year-round with any type of decor. Down below on this piece, I paired the canvas with matching oversized lanterns. I went with the lanterns instead of lamps because I feel like the lampshades would hide or obstruct the canvas too much, at least with the lanterns, because you've got the glass that you can see through. Visually, they're not too heavy. And then in the middle, just added a tray, books, and a little bit of faux greenery. Time to do something with the bookcases. Again, in case you're new here, these are the Billy bookcases from IKEA. We have them in a couple of rooms upstairs as well. The difference being up there, I added trim and molding just to give them more of a custom look. I haven't gotten around to doing it to these. So if you want to see a before and after, here's the before, and you can look at any of my videos from our family or great room along with our sitting room to see what they can look like once you add trim and molding and an extender, which adds another, it's like a box that you put on top and it just adds another shelf. All right, let me go ahead and add accessories. When it came to styling the shelves, I used items I had on hand, whether it's books, bookends, glass bottles, faux greenery, baskets. I like how the canvas ties in with the pillow covers on the sofa. And then down below, pictures in various sizes. They're always a good filler. And then the lanterns. And I chose these because I like how the glass ties in with the glass bottles. As a side note, another project I have managed to put off for years in all of our Billy bookcases is filling in those tiny holes. Not that it's a difficult project, just a tedious one. So maybe I'll put it off a little while longer. Nothing too exciting. Lamps and faux greenery. But I did want to mention a couple of things. The white tray that I recorded earlier is gone. I brought down this larger wicker one instead, and that's because all these little nicks or where the paint has scratched away, I just want to cover as much of the surface as I can. And then I layered the throw that matches those that are over on the hooks. And as for the lamps, I went with the darker lamps instead of white ones because I like how they tie in with the lanterns on the other side of the room. Finally, this little piece in the corner. I found it several years ago. It was a mahogany stain. So I gave it a refresh using chalk paint, added that little graphic, and replaced the knobs. It's usually up in our foyer, and it will eventually go back up there once I finish the board and batten. So for now, it's just been hanging out down here. I chose these pictures because I like how they tie in with the ones that I added to the bookcases. Mixed in a little bit of artwork. And what I like to do is I'll purchase one image from Etsy, but I have it printed as a mirror image. So see how the tree is on the right there? It's on the left there. And I went with this one. I've had these for quite a while, but I chose them because they have the body of water in the boat, so they tie in with the boat canvas on the other side of the room. And then added this container in the middle with a little bit of faux greenery. Let me just add a few finishing touches and then we'll take a look around. Thanks so much for joining me today. As always, I really appreciate your company. I'll be back next time to take on a little bit of a painting project. But in the meantime, I'm going to follow Charlie's lead and go take a little cat nap. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.